Hello and welcome to our 6th ever Christmas special, back this year with our 4th My Hero Academia Secret Santa video. Wahey! If this is your first time seeing one of these, basically it's about half an hour or so of me riffing and mildly roasting on characters from My Hero Academia and Vigilantes via the power of random selection wheels. How does this work, I hear you ask? Well, the way that it works is I've used a random item generator to find various different items off Amazon. Not sponsored, by the way, to create a list of prizes ranging from the decent to the Christmas ruining. And I've then stuck said items on a wheel and the names of characters from My Hero Academia and Vigilantes on another. I spin the first wheel to select a character, then spin the second to see what they'll win. It's kind of like Secret Santa on the show. However, the prizes, like I say, can range from ones that are actually really brilliant to ones which, well, if you were to ever get given them in a Secret Santa, you'd want to know who gave it to you, so that way you could ensure never to speak to them ever again. With all that said, let's get down to it. Take it away, me from the past! Ho ho ho, let's give it a go and let's have our first spin of the wheel! Ho, ho, ho. Who's going to be our first lucky contestant? And we're kicking off with Shoto... No! Damn it! It's Tokoyami. Not that I'm disappointed it's Tokoyami, it's just that in previous attempts to do this, I managed to guess pretty much all the winners correctly. My success rate with the prize is less successful, but let's see if he's going to win something genuinely good, something kind of okay, or something genuinely terrible. And he wins 42 ounces of children's clay. You know, this prize has been on the wheel for many years now, and honestly, it's a very specific amount, 42 ounces of children's clay. I don't really know of a use case for him. I think I've mentioned in the past that certain forms of children's clay can be extremely combustible, so it could be used as explosive. But I suppose he wants to do something, like if he's a pro hero or something, wants to make some scared little kid feel less scared, or he has to look after them for a bit, he can give them 42 ounces of children's clay to keep them entertained. Wow, 42 ounces of children's clay. Well, to be fair though, given the particular brand of children's clay, that'll all go horrible after about 20 minutes anyway. It'll dry up in no time, so you're probably going to need that much just to make it last a week. Anyway, we'll see who's going to win next. And I use the word win very loosely given the quality of some of the prizes. It's going to be Ojiro, Mr. Bland himself. And it's somewhat ironic that now that I've done the shuffle to shuffle up the names, his name is so close to Jiro, which is the one who I keep getting it being mistaken for given the names. But nonetheless, let's see what he's going to win. Mr. Bland, Mr. Normal, Mr. Generally Uninteresting. Let's see, is he going to win something bland and uninteresting? Is he going to win something exciting? He wins the yes-no coin. I know that mispronounced coin very weirdly. It's because I nearly said card because I saw a certain other card coming on the list. But no, he's won the yes-no coin. For those of you who don't know what this is, well, traditionally, if you wanted to know, you wanted to come to a decision on something, you'd flip a coin. You say, oh, heads I'm going to do this thing, tails I'm going to do this thing. This is designed for people who lack the imagination to do that by just having yes and no printed on either side of the coin. I mean, I'm sure it has its uses, but it does feel like why? Just one great big why. Though I suppose that given the trajectory of AI adoption, people are just using AI to ask questions for. Should I have a ham sandwich or a cheese sandwich? I could flip a coin, but I'm going to use ChatGPT and burn down a tree in the process. We now go to Knuckleduster. Now, in fairness, he could probably find a use case for pretty much every item on this list. Maybe not as they're intended to be used, but he's a very creative and innovative vigilante, so we'll see what he can get. And he wins the 24-pack of toilet roll. Okay, so we're getting the large, big number items out right off the bat. He's won more toilet roll than you can carry in your pocket. I don't don't know what I said there, but nonetheless, he's won a lot of toilet roll. He could just use it as toilet roll. He could use it to, like, pay back Koichi for letting him crash at his place all the time. I'm sure that Koichi would much prefer it he didn't eat his food or just come into the place unannounced. But hey, lots and lots and lots of toilet roll. He could use it to hit villains with. You know, he could swing around on his wire and just start yeeting it down to any villains that he sees running past him. Oh dear. Well, we're certainly having an eccentric start, that can very least be said. Our next winner is going to be Jiro! And we're getting back in the process of me getting it right. Now, the previous spin that I did of this, I accidentally rolled the prize first, and then rolled her, and it left us in a weird situation, but nonetheless, that's fine. We don't have to worry about that this time round. She's going to win. Maybe something music related. Maybe this will be something music related, and it will be topical and appropriate. Oh no, it's going to happen again! David Hasselhoff sings America! She won this as her somewhat official spin on the previous song, because like I said, I accidentally spun for the prize first with her, which was the mini mixing desk, but then I spun again, and she won the David Hasselhoff Sings America. So it's canon. The universe desperately wants her to have the David Hasselhoff Sings America CD. I own this CD, not because I like it, but because it was intended to be a prize on my radio show backwards at university. Like the whole idea of having all these random crap just evolves itself from stuff I used to do in student radio back in the day. This is the kind of crap I give away as prizes on my show. And no one wanted the crappy prizes, so they went for the less crappy prizes. So I have a box full of nails, butt hinges, and David Hasselhoff CDs. Anyway, we move on. Our next winner is going to be, and we use that word very loosely, Aoyama! Can't stop twinkling himself. Will he can't stop believing? Oh, fuck it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, I just saw the whammy prize. Just, oh. And you know what? The thing that it started on was the thing he won last time, which was the pool gator. And this time he's going to win the snow cone maker. Ooh, a genuinely good prize. Now, I will say, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of snow cones because I don't think they're that flavourful, and most of the flavour ends up just trailing to the bottom of the cone anyway, and it just collects in that kind of overly sweet, syrupy stuff. But hey, he's won something genuinely nice, genuinely interesting. That's nice, and he could probably like put a bunch of rhinestones, like disco ball paddles on it. You know, make it look sparklier. Our next winner is going to be, and maybe this one will also be a winner, and not win anything crappy. It's going to be Koda. He's like Dr. Dolittle because he talks to the animals. But unlike Dr. Dolittle, the movies he's in actually do have an audience. Isn't it amazing? I know this is a tangent, but isn't it amazing that the Eddie Murphy Dr. Dolittle movie is the most successful Dr. Dolittle movie there's ever been? That the Robert Downey Jr. one was a colossal flop, and the original one, that was such a colossal flop that it killed that entire subgenre of film. Yet the Eddie Murphy vehicle from the 1990s that most people have forgotten about is the most successful cinema version of it. Isn't that wild? Okay, granted, anyone under the age of 30 is not going to know what the hell I'm talking about, but still, nonetheless. Oh no, I think this is a very inappropriate prize for him. It's the Bug Zapper. I don't think he's going to like this one, given though he can talk to bugs and doesn't like it when animals and insects get hurt. But, hey, he has one, so that's one less in the world that could be used against his little friends. And if he got a little bit creative, he could turn it into some kind of taser. Hey, there's a use case here, tenuous as it might be. You know, give it to Mei Hatsume. She could probably knock something together, a taser. So you can zap people with them. You know, you find someone that needs a good zapping, you can zap them. There's at least one person in the cast I think needs a good zapping, and maybe they'll win something that will deserve them a good zapping. Of a comic variety, who knows? We almost had them, but nonetheless, now it's time for Bakugo. No, it's not, it's time for Midoriya. Midoriya and Bakugo, they always get called around the same time of one another whenever I do this. And even though I did a shuffle on this list, their names still end up landing next to each other. It's fate. These characters are intertwined to be together by fate. But anyway, let's see what Mr. Main Character from the main series is going to win. Maybe it'll be something useful and interesting. Maybe he will be the hero and take one of the bad prizes. And it's a kind of crummy prize. Well, yes, it is a crummy prize. It's glue traps for catching pests and such. Well, I mean, you know, he can't use his quirk all the time because of the sheer amount of strain that he puts on his body. So, you know, he could just use it on the villains. Like he has a confrontation with the League of Villains, and there you got Tomura going, "Yeah, yes, now I'm going to take over the world. What have I stood in? I can't move, guys. I'm stuck. Oh, no." And he'd just be there, trapped. He'd be there just trapped in place, unable to move. I mean, yes, he could use his quirk to get rid of the glue trap thing, but... Oh, he could throw it at him! Just he's minding his own business. Oh, there's the bad guy. I'm going to get him. I'm going to destroy the world. Oh, no! Just use it to stop them. This could be the thing that helps him win the big final battle in the end. This could... Hey, maybe that's the deleted scene. He just reaches into his pocket and he just throws at him. Hey, maybe it isn't the final season. You know, because I'm not doing or saying anything that could give away any spoilers for it, so maybe it is. Maybe it is the scene where he uses that. Maybe all these prizes will be in the final season. Or maybe they're in earlier seasons. Who knows? They could be in any season. Ooh. Ooh. I'm trying my best not to give away any spoilers during all of this, which is hard because sometimes there'll be a prize that comes along that makes you think, oh, that would be useful when this thing happens. Oh, it's a shame they got that, because that will remind them of this thing that happened. Anyway, it's time for Pop Step. Pop Step, the one of two somewhat music-based characters, even though her quirk has nothing to do with music or sound. Will she win something that's to do with music or sound or performance in general? Or is she gonna win? Oh, no. Well, she won the Garbage Pail Kids cards. Win the previous turns of doing this, because this is like the third or fourth attempt to do this. We got very close to Mineta winning this 2 years on the... Well, a second time. I don't think it's 2 years on the bounce. So Pop Step has won the Garbage Pail Kids cards. For those who don't know, who are under a certain vintage, and granted I technically am under that vintage, Garbage Pail Kids were a parody of Cabbage Patch Dolls. And it's just that gross out version of it. So she's won a bunch of rather gross playing cards, collectible cards. But hey, there's significantly worse things on this list. Like horrifically bad things on this list. So, in the grand scheme of things, a bunch of crummy cards that you can probably sell off somewhere along the lines isn't the worst thing in the world. Speaking of the worst thing in the world, and speaking of a Garbage Pail Kid, it's Mineta. He's a little... Oh, he could have had though. If only things had gone a little bit differently. Well, let's hope he gets a whammy. Because I swear to God, if he gets something good, oh... And he... Oh, could it be? Yes! Christmas is ruined! Hooray! He's won the Dick Cheney trading card! If you will it, it will happen. If you manifest it, it will happen. Granted, I didn't manifest this at all. Like, if anything, I was hoping this wouldn't happen at all. But he has won the Dick Cheney trading card. Oh, okay, I take that back, because if things had gone differently, then Pop Step would have won that. But no, he won the Dick Cheney trading card. In the end, everyone gets what they fucking deserve. Anyway, let's see who our next winner is going to be. It is going to be the Makoto from Vigilantes, the younger sibling of the detective character that you know from the main series. Ooh, what's she gonna win? Nothing on the list that even would be thematically appropriate for her. Her quirk is so very specific and there's nothing on here that would be useful at all. There's one, actually, to be fair, the paper and card shredder might be useful from just a student point of view. Actually, no, let's look at it from a student point of view, because she is at university, but I think she's studying a doctorate. And she's going to win something that's not... that has nothing to do with any of that. She's won the replica wrestling belt. There's no reason for this, but then there's no reason for this video either. So it's all appropriate, because none of this is meaningful, none of this matters. It just exists because I don't know what else to do for Christmas with this series. And it's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of silly knockabout fun. I sit here going slowly insane, hoping that I make a video that's some way funny, which maybe it will be, but she's won the replica wrestling belt. I believe last year that was run by Koichi, so maybe he'll get something that will be useful, I don't know. And we're going to go on to Rikido Sato, Mr. Super Diabetes himself. Now, there's one prize on this list which would be genuinely useful for him. Not as a hero, but just in his life generally, which I think it would be the mini fridge. Anything else, I think there's, well, maybe not a use case for it, but, well, to be fair, we have got rid of, like, a lot of the whammy prizes, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he'll get something fun. Maybe he won't. And he's got the toy spring. Now, I just want to point out that in the listing, and bearing in mind that I've had some of these items now on this list now for a good 5 or 6 years, that I don't remember if this toy spring is supposed to be like a slinky or not. I think it's just meant to be like a little plastic spring that maybe just as like a stress thing. Like, you know how you have the stress ball thing you squeeze? This might be a similar kind of thing. So it's not even like a proper slinky spring, it's just a spring. It's just a plastic toy spring. I think that's literally it. It's not something that goes up and down stairs and go, wow, look at that, isn't that cool? Apart from the moment it starts to get really fast and you start to worry it's going to hurt you. But no, it's just a spring. He just literally won a spring. Anyway, we'll move on. I do feel a bit more relieved that the big whammy prize is gone. And now it's time for Koichi, Crawler from the Vigilante series. Now, there is, much like with Knuckleduster, he is a creative enough individual. He could probably find a use case for most of these things, but I would have preferred it had he got the wrestling belt, because that's what he won last time, and there's at least a genuine use case in that, given how he thinks he's, like, hero stuff works. But I suppose will be spoilers, but at the same time it's technically not. And he's won a personalised sign! Now, usually when you get a personalised sign, you have your name put on it. But given everything that I know about Koichi, I don't think it would be his name. I think he'd just put All Might. I think he'd just get, like, a sign and have it made as close to, like, an official piece of All Might merchandise as physically possible. Granted, he can't bring that around with him. He can't use that as, like, a superpower upgrade. But, hey, maybe from his point of view, it'll superpower upgrade his house. His studio apartment would be like a HQ, a fortress. Well, it's not really a fortress of sorts too, because people keep barging in uninvited, but it could be like his superhero HQ with his all-white sign in the background. His slightly illegal, copyright infringing sign. Oh my god. Anyway, let's see what we get. Who's next? Who's up first? Who's up next? We've got Shoji, Tentacool himself. Now, in the previous attempt to this, he did win something that, whilst it was probably technically a whammy prize, there was still a use case for it, which was the disposable gloves, because he can, like, grow multiple limbs and multiple hands and that, so, you know, maybe if he was germophobic or he had to deal with something unpleasant, he'd have more ways to protect his hands and his appendages, so let's see what he can get here. And he's won the skeeter repellent for repelling mosquitoes. I suppose that's another prize that he'll want to keep away from Koda, because Koda will get very upset with him bothering the animals. But, you know, if he decides to be a little bit valiant and Mineta's in the mood, he could spray it on him to get him to calm down and leave people alone. You know, if he's being an especially horrible little perp goblin, he can do that. He can stop that. It's possible. He can do that. Yeah! Save the day! Or something. Oh, wow. Some of these... I think the Skeeter Repellent's going to have to go into the comedy cul-de-sac graveyard in future years, but nonetheless, now we have Bakugo. And for a minute there, I was just looking at this, I was looking at Hanta Sero, and was part of me was thinking, oh crap, did I get Rikido Sato and Zero mixed up again? But no, I didn't. And in any case, it's Bakugo's go. You know, let's see what he's going to get on here. I think the modelling clay would have been useful for him in the event it was as combustible as I feared it might be, but no, we'll see. There's not many whammy prizes left, a lot of the whammy prizes are gone. And he's won children's binoculars. Or binoculars, if you can't pronounce the word properly. I suppose there is a use case here in the sense that, you know, they are small mini binoculars, so if there's a situation where he needs to use them for, like, scouting things out, he can do that. So it's an option there. Alternatively, you know, because he wants... Alternatively, you know, he wants to be a pro hero. But let's be honest, regardless of where or not this series is going to end up going in the end, you know that him as a pro hero is still going to be very loud and have an explosive personality. But at least with the kid's binoculars, if he's like trying to save some kid or something, and say, oh hey, look after these for a little bit, and they can play with that, and they, oh thank you, Mr. Super God Murdered Death Killed Dynamite, sir. These binoculars here are taking me away from the fact my house is burnt down. Yeah, well, whatever, you stupid bastard. Or something. I don't know. I'm doing my best here. To be fair, all the bad prizes are gone. Anything less is ranged from okay to kind of crappy. Now we have Kirishima. Yeah. I don't know why I said yeah, because that's his name. That's his name. He might get hit in the hard one day and forget that's his name. If My Hero Academia suddenly decides it wants to do a plot line for like every sitcom ever, especially American sitcoms, but hey ho, that's his name. Don't wear it out. Dude, cowabunga. Another 90s noises. He has won a paper and card shredder. At this point, he is largely all the kind of bland and uninteresting things left. There's still some good stuff, but a paper and card shredder is what he used. Sure, why not? Why not? Why not indeed? I mean, there's an argument to be made that's yet another prize that's a bit of a comedy cul-de-sac. Probably shouldn't be on the list, but nonetheless, we'll move on. Let's see who our next is going to be. Our next winner is going to be Denki Kaminari. Yay, I got it right. I'm back on a winning streak, baby. Denki Kaminari. Let's see if he wins something that's vaguely electric themed. I mean, there's not much here that could be, but let's see. And he's going to win the headlamp, which is something that is electric and uses electricity, so he wouldn't need to worry about batteries and stuff, and he becomes like a rescue hero. He can use it, and especially because it's like a novelty like kiddie one, so if he goes in there and there's a trapped child, maybe because they just got yeeted halfway across the street because Bakugo was in a grump over something, he can go, hey kid, don't worry, look, it's Mr. T-Rex. Mr. T-Rex doesn't want you to be sad. Please don't sue our hero agency because Bakugo was a nasty little turd. Oh god, we're gonna be poor again! I shouldn't laugh at my own jokes, but there's nothing else to do right now. Anyway, we'll move on. And let's see who comes up next. We have Minoru Mineta. I was going to commit to that, and if I was wrong, well, I mean wrong, but no, it's Minoru Mineta. The pink one with the acid powers. Now, in the previous times I've done this thus far today, she has got some genuinely useful prizes for the most part. And are we going to continue that going, or are we not? Let's find out. And she's won some disposable gloves. No, there's a use case here, because you could fill them with acid and throw them at Mineta when he's being a little perf goblin. Like, use them like water balloons. Even if not just for the use case against him, you could use them more generally for that. Or because, you know, she uses acid powers, you could use it if she's used some acid. Oh, you've got to clean the acid up and she doesn't want to hurt herself or degrade her clothes. Just use disposable gloves. There we go. Disposable gloves. There we go. There we go. Disposable gloves. We are on to our final 7 from the main list. We've had no need for any technical respins. There will be one more spin once this list is over and done with. Our next one is going to be for Momo Yaoyayorozu, a character who could probably, well, no probably is about it, they could literally buy every item on this list and create every item on this list. But why would they? Why would there ever be a situation where you think to herself, you know what, I'm going to create some butt hinges. I'm going to create 50 coins from around the world, or a foam roller. Well, let's see what she gets, because it's a thought that counts. And technically, there's no thought going into this, because it's just a random thing. And she does win the butt hinges. Oh, no. I cursed it. Is this a power that I have? Is this a power that I have? If I just say it, it'll happen? If that was the case, I could have just predicted all these and given people the prizes I think that they should get. Ah, well, she's won the butt hinges. Another prize from back in the day from the radio show that I just bought randomly because I thought, oh, that would be funny if someone won them. But now, you've got the butt hinges. Which sounds like a euphemism. Or a medical problem. Oh, gee, see, Willikers, here I got me a case of the butt hinges again. We got Asui here, Froppy, the frog one, with her frog-based powers. Let's see what she's going to win. Now, she does do, like, some cleaning stuff when she's, like, at home, when she's with the family. You know, she's having to, because her parents work, so maybe she'll get some of that, or maybe she'll get some genuinely fun. Maybe she will. Maybe she won't. She's got the gaming mouse. It seems to be, personally, like every other year I get given a new gaming mouse. And almost every time that I get a new gaming mouse, it's a gaming mouse which has less features than the one that came before it, has more gaudy lighting in it, and needs yet another piece of proprietary software to make it work properly. And you know what? If I get one this year, given the way that the industry is going, it's probably going to be AI enabled. Because that's the way everything's going. You think I'm joking, but becoming soon to a shop near you, there's going to be AI-enabled Christmas cards. Guaranteed, given the way things are going. God, we're seeing that bubble burst, the better. Anyway, doom and gloom for 2016 out of the way. Let us move on to our next winner. It's going to be Tenya Ida, if I got the timing right. And I have. The class rep himself. What's he going to win? You know, there's a part of me that thinks but bland and interesting would be some way appropriate for him, but at the same time, maybe not, because he's a character that I don't think has really been given his proper dues. Gets the resetting card shooting thing. Something that doesn't really work with his power, but if he ever wants to try his hand at doing like ranged attack stuff, then he has something to train with. It's something that could be useful from a certain point of view. I'm sure he'd find a way. But then he's fictional, so I don't have to worry about whether or not he will find a way. Not one penny has been spent. There has been no expense made. And none whatsoever. Make no expense. Make no expense. Now it's time for Uraraka. Let's see what she's going to end up winning here. And here we go. Let's see what she's going to end up getting here. What she ended up getting. She's going to win a pool gator. It's an inflatable gator or crocodile that you put in a swimming pool. So she's probably not going to get much use out, bearing in mind her family's poor and I don't think there's a swimming pool around her. But if she ever needs a pool gator, now she has one. No, what she can do is she can hide it in her room and like set a trap for Mineta. But then he sees the silhouette of the alligator. He thinks she's got a pet alligator to protect him. That'll be it. To protect her. That's what it'll be. a guard gator. That's what you can use it as. Good old guard gator to save the day. Our next winner is going to be Shoto Todoroki, and soon we get on to the 50-50, but Shoto Todoroki is here. Now, without fail, he almost always wins something that's kind of a bit okay. Like, he doesn't win anything that's especially bad or especially good, he just hits it straight down the middle. Will this time be any different? Let's now find out. And he's going to win the mini fridge. He always wins something that's just about okay, a mini fridge. And hopefully his mini fridge will be able to fit more in it than mine can, because it feels like mine can only fit like 3 cans of anything in it and then it's full. But anyway, he's won the mini fridge. It's an okay, it's a genuinely good prize, a genuinely worthwhile prize. Not the prize I'd necessarily want off this list. I think I would like the mini mixing desk, as that's one that I was going to buy myself, but I realised I didn't have the money for it. But no, there we go. Now we get onto our 50-50. Who's it going to be for our penultimate of this set of spins? It's going to be Sero, Mr. Sellotape himself. I know it's not technically sellotape, it's just tape. But nonetheless, Hanta Sero is the winner for this one. He is going to win. He's going to win the toilet spray. But hey, it sucks for him, but it means that there's less whammy prizes for when Eri's spin comes along, because we don't want anything bad, and ideally we want her to get something genuinely good, so we don't have to respin for her. You know, keep it nice, keep it fair, keep it good. Anyway, Toru is last, and I'll just do a pointless spin, but at the very least, you know, it ensures if I have to do another one after this, that, you know, I have a clean wheel to work on. But Toru is last, the invisible girl herself. What is she gonna win? Let us find out. Hopefully it's either gonna be something good or something bad, and if it's bad it makes it good for Eri. And she wins the collapsible water bottle! To be fair, it is a genuinely useful thing. It's just a water bottle that you can fold up and put in your pocket, or put in your bag, rather than having a full thing. I think it's something that will wear down very quickly, but nonetheless she's won that, and now it is time for Eri. Little Eri, poor little, small, poor little innocent Eri. Hopefully she wins some. There are some still genuinely good things on this list, some less good. When it comes to Eri, we always give her at least 2 spins. One as like a genuine, this is a good one. And if that one isn't good, then we give her whatever comes second. But nonetheless, let's see what we get. Could this be a hole-in-one win for her? Let's find out. And she wins! Scented marker pens! Literally, the only reason why these are still on this list is in the off chance that she might win it, because it would genuinely be something she could use. Something genuinely good for scented marker pens, something age appropriate, something you could actually find a genuine use for. There we go. And you know what, just for the sake of tradition, let's do bonus spin for her and see what she could have won as an alternative. And if it is good, she can just have it anyway. She would win guitar hangers. There's a lot that could be said here, but to be fair, she does have an interest in music. If for whatever reason she decides she wants to play guitar in the future, these will come in useful. And you know what, it's because it is a good prize, because it's Christmas, she can have both scented marker pens and guitar hangers, or guitar gangers if you want to pronounce it that way. But anyway, that's our list, those are our roles. Off to me in the future. Take it away, me! And with that, another Christmas special is over. I hope you enjoyed it. I know these videos can get a little bit strange and random towards the end of it, but it's all done in a great spirit of fun. And I hope that you did have fun. If you did, be sure to like, favourite, subscribe, and do all the YouTubey stuff that YouTube wants you to do, because it's far cheaper than giving me a present, and we all know how weird the YouTube algorithm has been over the past few months. Now, this is going to be the last video of 2025. I hope that you have a beautiful beautiful and amazing festive period, regardless of where you are and regardless of how you spend it. I hope that it's enjoyable, calm, and everything that you need it to be, and I hope that 2026 gives you a year of love, happiness, fortune, and peace for you and those you care about. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Merry times!